Hello everyone. This is the pre-webinar presentation. Before we begin with the webinar, please introduce yourself in the chat where you are and can you see my screen?
Sure, Deepika.
Okay. I'll just got stuck. Can you see my screen now? Yeah. So this is the pre-webinar presentation. And before we begin with the webinar, please introduce yourself in the chat window, where you are from, what do you do, and what are you expecting from this session. Hi, Rita from Birla High School, Kolkata. Good evening, Vinita. Nupur Sharma from Abhiyan Bharat Foundation, Jaipur. Hi, Aisha from Hyderabad, Telangana. Hi, Archana. Hello, Tanvi from Kolkata. Yes, a very warm namaste to all of you. Good evening, Anna Maria. Vande Mataram Bao. Kanika Chopra from Lucknow. Radhe Radhe Jyoti Sharma. Thank you so much for all your warm presence. We are definitely united by purpose and strengthened by diversity. I can see that in the chat. Learning and exposure for teachers and educators has been the inspiration behind Firki webinars. You can go through the different webinars, learning paths conducted on the portal.
Deepika, there's some music playing.
There's some music playing? No. Can you hear it again?
Yeah, we're good to go. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Learning and exposure for teachers and educators has been an inspiration behind Firki webinars. You can go through the different webinars, learning paths conducted on the portal. The link to the same will be posted in the chat window soon. We believe that your time is valuable and we want to acknowledge your presence in this session, and will also be providing our participants with a certificate of attendance. This is made available to participants who attend the entire session. We will share more details on how to fill the feedback form and access the certificate towards the end of the webinar. You can join a Firki webinar on two platforms, Zoom and YouTube. YouTube link will be pasted shortly in the chat window. Thank you, Tasti. Now I will take you through a few features on Zoom that you can use to have an engaging and productive session. This is the mic button. You can click this to keep yourself muted. Unmute only if the speaker asks you to. This is the video button. You can switch on and off your video with. You can share your questions and thoughts in the chat window. I will be here to curate your questions and share them with our speaker. Participants who are joining us on YouTube can share their comments in the comment section that will be shared with the speaker on Zoom soon. After the webinar, we would encourage you to talk to people around you on what you learned today. We remember best when we share our learning with others. Practice learning from the webinar in your work. Watch the recording of the webinar and resources on www.firki.co or Firki app. And lastly, attend the next Firki webinar. Sign up on www.firki.co to get updates. That brings us to the end of our pre-webinar presentation. Let us begin the webinar now.
पता नहीं देखती हूँ
Hello everyone, we are delighted to have you all join us for today's episode titled Life Skills Curriculum for Students' Wellbeing. In partnership with Dream a Dream, I am your host Deepika. I work at Firki. I will be your guide for this webinar to help you navigate through it. Let us quickly take a look at what the National Education Policy highlights when it comes to life skills education. First, a good education institution is one in which every student feels welcomed and cared for, where a safe and stimulating learning environment exists, where a wide range of learning experiences are offered, and where a good physical infrastructure and appropriate resources conducive to the learning environment are available to all our students. One of the fundamental principles that will guide both the education system at large as well as the individual institutions within it, life skills such as communication, cooperation, teamwork, and resilience. This is stated clearly in NEP. Next, the curriculum framework for adult education will include at least 5 types of programs, each with a clearly defined outcome. A, foundational literacy and numeracy. B, critical life skills. That includes financial literacy, digital literacy, commercial skills, healthcare and awareness, childcare and education, and family welfare. C, vocational skills development. D, basic education. And E, continuing education. NEP also states that sports integrated learning will be undertaken in classroom instructions to help students adopt fitness as a lifelong attitude and to achieve related life skills along with levels of fitness as envisioned in the Fit India movement. NCF states that stories are a particularly good medium for learning about social relationships, ethical choices, for understanding and experiencing emotions, and becoming aware of life skills. And lastly, basic coaching skills relevant for the sport and the interconnection between developing life skills through team sports would be the focus of the community coaching force. I would like to take a quick moment to share the objectives of today's webinar. In this webinar, we will understand the need to develop life skills among students. Secondly, understand how the life skills curriculum can be used to promote student well-being. And third, experience and explore life skills for ourselves. We now come to the introduction of our speaker today, Revanayam and Vinita. Ravana was a part of Dream a Dream's life skills program and eventually started working as a field coordinator in Dream a Dream in 2009. As an integral part of the organization, he played different roles in different capacities as a facilitator and is currently manager systems demonstration. We also have with us Vinita, a 2014 Teach for India Fellow, and has been working as a lead facilitator with Dream a Dream for the last 2 years. As we move to the webinar, I have a few requests for our participants as well. We request you all to please keep your cameras on For effective interaction, to avoid disturbance, we request you to keep your mics off unless speakers ask to unmute. Use the chat window to ask a question or raise hand to say something. Participate enthusiastically throughout the session. Thank you and hope you have a very interesting webinar. Over to our speakers now.
Thank you, Deepika. So that's a powerful beginning. So with that, once again, thank you everybody for joining. You can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Srivana, we can't see you though.
Yeah, something went off. So okay, so let's begin. Vinita, could you share? Okay, so good evening again. Welcome. So we are greatly happy to see you here. So we hope and believe that you will be having an inspiring day. We are talking lot on why life skills, what life skills, how life skills in our frameworks, in our NEP, all the things we are talking. So now let's spend some time understanding how can we develop life skills. So to kickstart, I want to start with a check-in. So we believe that everyone has a superpower. So using your inner superpower, if you wish to possess a superpower, how would you transform the way we learn? So if you have a superpower, using that superpower, how will you bring a transformation in the way we learning? I invite to answer this question by putting your words on the chart, or you can also unmute and share. So we invite you, you can speak your own language. There is no necessarily you need to speak in English or Hindi or any other language. You can unmute and speak in your comfortable language. And also we invite, if anybody required a translation, you can let us know in the chat box, so we can able to translate in Hindi or any other language which is required. So with that, let's once again welcome everyone. Let's use your superpower and put your words how you want to transform the way we learn in the current education system.
Revo, I think there's going to request for translation. I'll just translate in Hindi. हम जो है से शुरू कर रहे हैं, just to understand हम कौन है, क्या सोच समझने के लिए चेंज कर सकते हैं, राइट? इफ यू हैव द पावर टू चेंज, कैसे लर्निंग हो रहा है उसको ही हम अगर चेंज कर सकते हैं, तो आप कैसे बदलना चाहते हैं लर्निंग, आप ट्रांसफॉर्म करना चाहते हैं, राइट? एंड यू कैन शेयर इट इन हिंदी आल्सो, या फिर कोई भी लैंग्वेज में आप शेयर कर सकते हैं.
So the response are coming on the chat. You can also unmute and speak if you wish. Learn by music, hands-on play-based learning.
Ronnie has also raised his hand. Rohini has raised her hand.
Yeah, Rohini, you can unmute and speak. Rohini, you can unmute. Anachal, you can also, after Rohini.
Yeah. Not sure, like if I get a superpower, ideally I would invent or see. Can everyone hear me?
Yes,
Are
yes, we
you all
can hear.
able to hear me?
Yes, Rohini.
Yeah. So if I get a superpower, I would actually invent a tool or a robot that can read students' mind, what they are good at or what are they liking, and provide them those skills, and not make all students study everything.
Thank you, Rohini. Anachal, Mishra, and some of the, so we can go through the chats. There are super answers are there. Stopping early marriage, girls low income,
Answer you can
explore equal opportunity to every child. Anchal Mishra, you can unmute and speak. Change learning through practicals will ensure child feel empowered by learning, curate individual learnings, learning to have funful and entrepreneurial. Wow, that's really inspiring.
Hello.
Yep.
Yes, and I have when if I have a superpower, then जो holistic development के जितने सारे भी पार्ट हैं, अगर मैं कहूँ लैंग्वेज हो या सोशल इमोशनल हो या फिजिकल हो या कॉग्निटिव हो, जितनी सारी चीजें हैं तो उनको हम इक्वल पार्ट देंगे, ना कि हम लैंग्वेज को बढ़ावा ज्यादा देंगे। अगर हम कहते हैं कि कॉग्निटिव भी हमारे आज की जिंदगी में बहुत ज्यादा ही जरूरी है, या फिर फिजिकल सारी चीजें, तो हम सबको इक्वल पार्ट देंगे, ना कि लैंग्वेज या फिर बाकी सारी चीजें।
Thank you. So there are more check-ins are coming on the chat, so you can just have a look on those chats. Yeah, so with that, so we are more than 170 people here. So please add your all superpower. How will you transform the education using your superpower? You just keep putting your superpower on the chat. We'll continue that. So I invite to Vinita to take it forward.
Is it okay? Actually, Abhilasha had also raised her hand. Can we also take a answer?
Yeah.
Abhilasha? Your hand. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Thanks so much, Vinita. Yeah, I think we always talk about like life skills, social emotional learning as a good to have, but it is a must have. And that has become even more important after the pandemic. So it must be integrated not just at a curriculum classroom level, but in a more systemic level. So that's the change that I would want to see more and more.
Thank you. Thank you, Abhilasha, for sharing. Great. And it's so nice. So like Revu said, it's so inspiring to read that if we had that just one superpower, hum kitna change kar pate hain, the way learning is. And it's so nice to hear it from educators who are here. So with that, keep your answers coming. Keep telling us how you want to use your superpower in the chat. And I think now I'm more curious about yahan pe kaun hai, right? There's so many interesting answers we got. There is a lot of curiosity around who is here now then. And so I want to start today with a small game, right? So game mein ye hoga ki we'll all be switching off our cameras pehle, And if you hear a statement that I say, and if it is true for you, then you will switch on your camera for 5 to 10 seconds, right? Or jab jahan pe bhi ho, wherever you are, just for that 5 seconds, if you can switch on your camera, show us that this is what you also feel or this is what you also think. That would be really, really super awesome. If you're not able to switch on your camera, then you can use any reaction. Aapke screen pe there'll be a option called reaction use karke you can share an emoji to show that this statement is true for you, right? So I'll share a statement and then you can switch on your camera if it is true, or you can share an emoji if it is true for you. Yeah. So I'm just going to quickly stop sharing. And okay, so let's try this one, right? Let's all switch off our cameras. Let's all switch off our cameras. And I would really love to see some cameras being switched on. Now the statement is, I start my day with coffee. I start my day with coffee. मैं अपना दिन coffee के साथ शुरू करता हूँ या करती हूँ. And if it is true for you, share an emoji or you can switch on your videos. Wow, so a lot of people start their day. Some saying no. Okay, nice. Nice. Not me. Okay. I'd love to hear what you then start your day with. Is it tea? If not coffee? Okay, nice, nice. Great. Let's switch off our videos again. Great, nice. Thank you. फिर से switch off कर लेते हैं video. मैं एक और statement बोलूँगी and then we'll start. Okay, so there's warm water, jeera water. Great, nice. Okay. ठीक है. The next statement is, let's switch off our videos. Again, I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay. The next statement is, I had a good day today. I know it's been a long day, long weekend के बाद हम फिर से वापस आ रहे हैं, and this is our first working day after a long weekend. But I had a good day today. So you can switch on your camera if you had a good day today. Nice. So you can show a reaction. So sweet. So nice to see all of you. Nice. Very nice. Thank you so much, everyone. You can have a look at the camera. So many of us have switched it on. Keep scrolling through your screen. देखते रहिए कौन switch on कर रहा है. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. So nice to see. All right. Fun. I like it. Let's switch off again. And switch off कर लेते हैं. फिर अगला statement सुनते हैं. The next statement is, I love watching movies or any shows. I love watching movies or I love watching any shows. Yes, so we have a lot of people. Is this Netflix, Prime, or the movie theater? Nice, thank you. A lot of people in the chat saying yes, yes. Nice. Movies, series, yes, thank you. Thank you for telling me in the chat. Great, superb. Okay, let's switch off again. Switch off. Switch off. Once a month, the movie banta hai. Yes, Dr. Aisha, I completely agree with you. The next statement is, I am attending a Firki webinar for the first time. मैं Firki webinars, this is my first time attending a Firki webinar. Okay, so we have a few first timers in the room. मैं Firki webinar पहली बार attend कर रही हूँ या कर रहा हूँ. So we have a few of us who are first timers here. Great, nice. Welcome, welcome to everyone who's attending for the first time. Nice. Okay, you've attended before. Thank you. Okay, let's switch off again. And we have two more statements. One statement is, I believe that the school curriculum needs to be reimagined. I believe that अभी जो curriculum बना है उसको हमें reimagine करने की जरूरत है.
So if you think it is true, you can switch on your camera or show any reaction or emoji. अब जो करिकुलम है हमें उसे रीइमेजिन करना पड़ेगा या करना चाहिए. Nice. Okay. Yes, quite a lot of us. Thank you. Yes. Yes. So there's a lot of community of educators who believe that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Great. I love this. I love the videos. I love the okay, one last. Let's switch off the videos again. One last. The last one is I am an educator or a teacher. I work with children. I'm a teacher or I'm an educator. Or if you're someone else also, you can tell us in the chat or con hai. If you're not a teacher, if you're not an educator, and you're still here or joining us, you can tell us who you are. Nice. So we have a lot of teachers, a lot of educators. You can tell us maybe which classes, what do you work with? A lot of teachers. Nice. A lot of students. Hey, so there's a student here too. Nice. Superb. Online emotional content developer, administrators. Wow. So we have a lot of people. Great. Nice. Thank you so much. If you wish to, you can continue to keep your videos on as we continue. Or if you're comfortable, you can keep unmuting and sharing so that this becomes more of a communication. But thank you again so much for sharing. It's brought me a little bit closer to this community. And with that, I will invite Revu to take us through actually what are we going to do today? Why are we here? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Vinita. So with that, once again, everyone, so nice to see the flash on the screen, everybody switching on, showing emojis. With that, I keep hearing that so many people working in a different sector. So there are teachers, educators, student, policy writers. So we have multiple people who are contributing to the education. So definitely we need a diverse group to bring the change in the education system as well as policy. So we have keep talking almost why life skills, what life skill, why education, what the way we can do the education, all those aspects. So let's see, since some of us are working with the children directly and some of us indirectly helping the children and student to have learning in their classroom. So let's see, put in the chat box what kind of okay, so we'll share the Mentimeter. So let's hear from Mentimeter. How many of you what kind of behavior you see in the classroom? What do you see in the classroom? How children, how student respond or react or irritate you? What do they do? So let's hear from let's see what comes to your mind. So what you see in the classroom. So just go to Mentimeter. It's shared in the chat box. Just put your answer, whatever it is. What do you see in classroom? What kind of behavior you see?
You will be directed to a sheet like this on your chat. There's a Mentimeter link. It will be showing you this. And you can share as many responses as you feel. All kinds of behaviors, not just one kind, but all kinds of behaviors. Please share it here.
Concentration problem. So naughty, fighting, curiosity, confused. Wow, so many behaviors. Affection, happy child, love child, abusing child, self-confidence problems child.
Yeah.
So growth child, yeah. Shyness child, Bored child. The curious child.
Yeah.
Yeah, distracted and disturbed child. Hyperactive, proactive. Naughty child, disobedient child. Wow. Logging child, yeah. Subtractive, subtractive child. Good child.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of need of attention also. A lot of them have written need for attention in different ways.
Yeah.
Attention seekers need attention. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you. Keep posting all your observable behavior. So if you ask why I ask this question, it's normally we see in the classroom how it will be going to happen. In my experience, I have been one of the graduate from the program. I also was all the behavior I used to show in my classroom when Dream came and delivering the program. So initially, when I joined in 2000 as a student, a beneficiary, I used to see such a kind of. I also used to show this kind of behavior in the classroom whenever the facilitator come, whenever the teachers come. So it took me for more than 8 years to understand myself why I am behaving like this. What made me to show this behavior? So in that, so Dream come up with that the strategy why students are behaving like that. For that, we had an experience that the children are coming, the student are coming extremely adversity. So this extremely adversity are affecting children to behave like this. So this behavior, we all wishing this behavior need to be changed. For myself to overcome all this kind of behavior, I needed a caring and compassionate adult in my life to overcome that. So for that, maths, science, literacy, numeracy, I had an interest, but I couldn't able to go to school. The way it was facilitating or conducting or teaching was not helping for me. So in that, I enrolled in sports program. Through those sports program, enabled me to overcome that adversity. So Vipreet Pratikul had impacted. It can be all the student either negatively or positively. Some of the children will be coming from high poverty, abused, neglected. They have been keep hearing that they are worthless, and we'll be noticing that children. So adult might have scolded them. So how many times we needed to teach? So they are coming such a experience of adversity, and opposite that, some of the children are coming high. I kind of what they required more than that they are received. So they are highly loved. They highly need provided what are the things they required more than what they required. So it can be money, love, nutrition. That also impacting the child to get into the adversity. So some of the adversity we can see in the classroom, and some of the adversity we are not able to see. So we are able to see the behavior, we are not able to understand why those behavior are shown in the classroom, but we will be able to see the child is not learning, the child is not learning the literacy or numeracy, or not behaving what we expected. And also the simultaneously the child also see that, so they are not able to answer what you ask. Even a simple question you might ask them, what is your name, they are not able to come up and tell their name because of the adversity they are coming from. So the environment the child is growing up, are making them to worthless, or not any persons has their name. So they will be called their pet name, or they might be called in another normally Ogo Baro. So a guy come here. So it might be called that. So they are also not able to, they have a identity to present. So these kind of adversities are affecting the child to perform what they are able to perform. So for that, as everybody say, and also Deepika reinforced that till 2019 COVID-19, so there was not given more priority the effects the children are facing. So the well-being were not given the priority. Since 2019, the priorities are started. So we from Dream are usually working with the life skills, 21st century skills, social emotional skills, helping young people to overcome these adversities and thrive in their life. So be a responsible, resilience, and be there happy what the choices they make. We also had that to overcome those adversity, we need to build the life skills. How we are going to build? So we need all these life skills which is developed, and WHO also tells that life skills are understood in different region and different religion. Places are understood differently. So they are also called 21st century skills. They are also called social emotional skills. They are also called soft skills. So, but WHO says that the skills required to positively or positively make and overcome the day-to-day needs and challenges. So, in that context, we believe that to build those life skills, these curriculums are required. In 2019, initially in Dream a Dream, we used to do after school life skill program, spend 2 hours introducing life skill program in the school setting and developing life skills in young people and bring them to the mainstream. So in 2019, we realized that while we working with the system, so 2 hours are not available. So there will be in the school setting, there will be 40 minutes. How can a teacher or educator develop life skills? So in that, for that, we introduced 4 different levels of curriculums from nursery to 10th grade, which can be developed and conduct 40-minute session in the school settings. So these are the 4 levels curriculum: foundation level, preparatory level, middle level, and secondary level, considering the NEP in mind. So we come up with the curriculum. So it can be conducted using minimum resource, or some of the activity can be conducted without a resource. So in that, so 45 minutes, so anybody can conduct an experiential activity using this 4 curriculum. So how can we conduct these activities? What is there in the curriculum is that, Vinita, next slide. So each level will be having introductory forward.
Sorry, yeah, just 1 second.
So each curriculum will be having a clear defined life skills, which will be helped and used with the minimum resources which is available in the least school where the child is coming or studying. So in that, so there is a defined life skills which we developed, and there is a activity instruction, there is a process. So you just have a look at how the curriculums look like.
This is a sample of a middle school curriculum, which we're just showing.
So there is a structured activity, and also there is a unstructured activity. So we have given the more priority to conduct unstructured activity with a structure activity with the structures. So where all individual can focus more on understanding what is the need of their student in their classroom. So not required all the children's decision making. Some of them required problem solving skills. Some of the child required decision making skill. Some of them needed self awareness skills. So in that, so we have splitted unstructured session and given that time slot. The instructor facilitator can contextualize and use this unstructured session uh, in their classrooms to develop the life skills which required in their school. So can we move on to the next slide? So this is the instruction. You can see the activity. So we'll share the link where you can access this curriculums. There is a 4 different levels curriculums. So in that curriculum, how we features, we designed considering the NEP, NCRT framework, and also we initially we use Dream and collaboration with PI, People for Youth Empowerment. So we created a arc. So arc will start with a powerful beginning, and we create a powerful experience, and we'll create a meaning out of that, and we do the celebration. So every activity will start. If it is a 1 year program, it is a 2 months program. If it is a 2 hour session or 40-minute session, so we use that arc. So we start with a welcoming children's and creating that check-in, and we do the warm-up. We do the main life skills activity, which specific life skills focused. We do the reflection in the session, and we close through a checkout. So that's the arc in the curriculum, so which will be helping and putting children's in the taking creative risk, helping them to slow by slow improving their thing. So that's how we transfer designed using arc, as well as considering NEP and also national curriculum framework. So in that, and each level there is a 30 activities which is age appropriate. So we tried with our children, we directly worked with the 10,000 children and get the insight from there, and chosen the 30 activity which is very easily conduct in every classrooms. And also so 4 level, those activities are age appropriate considering the NEP and national curriculum framework. So inside the curriculum, each activity has a so we are speaking here. So there is a pre-note. We'll take you through how the things like. So each activity will start with a check-in. So check-in is basically to understand how the children are feeling at the moment, to create that self-awareness, or to understand their feeling. Are they ready to attend our session or not? So are they ready to whatever we planned and came to understand, participate in that activity? So that's the main we do main intention to do the check-in, to bring every participant, every student in the same page and understand their feeling, how they are feeling. So then we have a main activity. It's the main life skills which focused. So you have a script that, and we have a guiding debrief questions in that, where you use questionnaire to help children to reflect what they have learned. So you might have focused on building teamwork, or building on self-awareness, or building on communication, but every children will have a ability to learn different skills through one activity. So that's the beauty of debrief reflection. So those questions will lead the children to reflect on that, what they learned through those experience, what they have. And also we have a checkout. That's the format in the design. So start with the check-in, do the main activity, do the brief, and check out. This will help children to self-learn. So in NCRT 2012, they redefine the articulation. So learn to read, so become kind of read to learn. So that's the definition what it tells in NCRT framework 2012. So in the check-in, that's the beauty what we are creating there. So how children reflect on their own learning by reflecting, asking those guiding questions, and also we'll do checkout to close the activity and the flow. So that's how we see ARC in 45 minutes. And in the all 4-level curriculum, we use 3 levels of pedagogies. One is experiential pedagogy, the second one is process-based pedagogy, and also knowledge-based pedagogy. So we had this one experiential, help the children to show their behavior, to go out of their external world, discover, play, show, enact, show their behavior. So those are the experiential. It could be games, it could be music, it could be all kind of energizer. All those are experiential activity. So we create an experience. Through that experience, the children will learn. The process-based activities are kind of process. We take them children to step by step to take to the larger outcome what we are focusing. And also definitely we need we use information based pedagogy, because some of the information the children need, we can't help them to through the process or experiential. Because for example, child rights, we need to give the information. Hygiene, we also need to answer it. Some of the question the children will come up with, for that we need to give the information which required the children to process it. So in that, so we use informative based, process based, and the experiential based. So one of the activity you will be going to experience, we will be going to demonstrate you to get that understanding. Yeah. Next one. So yeah, so there is a curriculum, there is a 4 levels, there is a clear instruction. Is that enough to do? If you ask me, I say no. In that, I wanted to I wanted to you to respond in the chat. What do you think is the role of an adult in the life of a child? Just put the words. What is the role you think? Okay, facilitator, friend, loving, caring, role model, nice. Mentor, role model, yeah. Caring, yes. Enabler, provider, yeah. Safe space, guide, mentor, yeah. Guide, everything. Mentor, loving, guide, nice. Guardian, guide, influencer, yes. All these are, so in that context, I want to name it like so adult is a facilitator in young people life. So every one of in this room have our favorite teacher. So have a mentor, have a role model. So is that because they provided a caring and compassionate space. They trusted us. They listened us without judging. They shared their story authentically. They never judged us. They're always there to help. So in that, so a caring and compassionate adult will transform. So when I was a student, I tried so many sports. When I enrolled in sports, cricket, they sent me. So I didn't succeed. I failed and gone back. Again, my mentor, my facilitator said, try another sports. I went football. I didn't succeed. Again, I came back. I went to rugby. I went to table tennis, I went to swimming. So finally I chosen the swimming to swim for Karnataka 5 years, because so I had an internal strategy that if I continue, I can stay 2 hours. So in that, so facilitator has to play a crucial role to conduct a process based, conduct the information based, conduct the experiential activity. So that's the facilitator role, what is more important in young people life, them to learn the literacy, learn the numeracy, more than that, to unlock and enable young people to get a skills which is required to pursue what their dreams, what their passion, what their purpose, why they are here. So in that, so we are also come up with not only 4 levels of curriculum, so we are also come up with a facilitator handbook, so which provides all the things what we shared. So should be a mentor, or should be a role model, or should be a teacher, or where should be a everything. So in that, this facilitator handbook will speak, that gives the idea how to facilitate experiential activity, how to play a mentor role, how to play a teacher role, how to facilitate a process based. So in that facilitator handbook, it's kind of all the information. So it talks about what is adversity, how to help the young people to overcome the adversity, and what NEP says, what are the life skills NEP focus on that, what is arc of transformation, how can we bring the arc of transformation live in the classroom. So all those information, so facilitator handbook will also guides. And also I said 3 levels of pedagogy. In facilitator handbook, there are how to facilitate music, how to facilitate a story, how to facilitate a theater based activity, how to facilitate a experiential activity, how to facilitate a football game or any other experiential activity. All the informations are available in facilitator handbook. So how I can become non-judgmental, how I can listen the child from without how I can understand the child, not to answer them, to understand the what is the problem. So how to facilitate, how to develop activities on age appropriately. How can I use unstructured session and design what the skills are required for our children. All the information are available. Along with that, how to facilitate, what is the difference between facilitator, a teacher, a mentor, all those informations are available in that. And also it gives the tools and techniques how to do. So along with that also, we given the list of check-in and check-out, where you can use your regular teaching of uh, mathematics, science, social, or any activity. How can you start with a check-in and how can you end with a checkout after your intervention? All those informations are available in that facilitator handbook. So while you if you want to learn facilitation, how to facilitate, how to plan a session, unstructured session or any session, building life skills in young people, you can use this facilitator handbook you to become a facility teacher. Yeah. So those are the curriculum and facilitator handbook. So so is there any questions so far? So definitely we'll come back to more questions in the later. So far about any 4 curriculums and facilitator handbook, if there is any quick Bilasha.
Yes. Hello. Thank you so much for walking us through this presentation. I had a question, especially with regards to life skills. Something like that can become very intangible if it's not quantified. So, so many of us described some of our learners as distracted, disengaged. So how does one measure the growth of a particular life skill in a child? Are there any self-reporting assessments also for this? Does the facilitator do observation? Just wanted to understand that assessment of life skills.
Yeah. Yes, all these curriculums are developed using our LSA tool, life skill assessment scale. as well as we'll be working with a life skill collaborative to well-being tool. So in both we have considered and used. There is a tool available to measure life skills. How? So for example, we considered 5 life skills, how the child is interact with others. Under that, behavior, that's the observable behavior. So we consider 5 life skills, 5 observable behavior, which is easily measure how the child ability to interact with others, ability to overcome difficulties and solve the problem, ability to manage conflict, ability to understand and follow the instruction, ability to take initiative. So these are the 5 behavioral which we can see how the child is interacting to interact with other. So there is, if you see interaction as an iceberg, so below that there is communication skills required, negotiation skills required, decision making skills is required, self awareness is required, self management, self awareness, the feelings, all those kind are required. So the tools also available. So in the facilitator handbook that also is available. How can they the any person can use that well-being tool and life skill assessment school to measure the life skills. In the curriculum, we are also given the what could be end of the session, what could be achieved. So any other questions? Thank you making that Abhilasha. Can access life skills assessment scale. Yeah, in the chat box, life skill assessment scale also posted, so you can have a look at that.
That's an assessment for how to measure life skills within your students. All of this is freely available. There is no need for payment. All you just need to do is go to the website and download them by giving your details. Is there any other question?
Hello, sir.
Yep.
My question is that, have you any rubrics for changing the curriculum? आपने कोई rubrics बनाए हैं इसके लिए, curriculum change करने के लिए, जब आपने सोचा?
Vinita, can you take it?
Can you help me understand, sir? Curriculum को change करना मतलब?
मतलब आपने जैसे बात हो रही है curriculum थोड़ा हमें मतलब नीड है चेंज करने की, तो आपके दिमाग में कुछ आइडिया है कि क्या रूब्रिक्स इसके लिए होने चाहिए?
सर जो अभी जो हम शेयर कर रहे हैं, इस पे जो लिंक पे जाएंगे, ये एक्चुअली रेडीमेड लाइफ स्किल्स के करिकुलम्स हैं जो हमने ऑलरेडी बनाए हैं. सो ड्रीम ड्रीम 20 साल से इज वर्किंग विद यंग पीपल and have experimented various kinds of activities, various kinds of designs to see how can we build life skills बच्चों में. इन सबको फिर कोलेट हमने एक्चुअली इनिशियली बनाया था 2 hour सेशन के लिए when we had first started out, and for the last 20 years we had worked on 2 hour sessions, but then we realized कि इन्हीं सेशंस को अभी हमें क्लासरूम में ले जाना है for so that it's more accessible to more number of students. और कोई भी टीचर इन्हें लेके फिर उन्हें क्लासरूम में बना सकता या उनको बच्चों में लाइफ स्किल्स बिल्ड कर सकता है. So that's when we customized all our 20 years of activities into a more accessible 40-minute curriculum. So जो handbooks आपको दिखे थे, जहाँ हम curriculum दिखा रहे थे, उसमें each handbook में 30 activities है जो age appropriately बनाए गए हैं हर age के लिए, right? So you can actually access those. That comes from a lot of the previous experience that Dreamer Dream has had with life skills. क्योंकि हम सिर्फ life skills पे काम करते हैं. 20 साल से हमने जो समझा है, सीखा है, उसको इनमें हमने डाल के रखा है. So these were the 4.
मेरा सवाल भी उस लाइफ स्किल के उस पे ही है कि आपने उसके लिए क्या रूब्रिक्स बनाए हैं जो मेजर कर सके कि बच्चा क्लास में उसको अडॉप्ट कर रहे हैं.
Are you asking for a framework?
Yeah.
Yes, so we do have an internal framework that we had to design the original life skills. We had worked with PYE and Nadia करके एक life skills facilitator हैं जिनके साथ हमने collaboration में बनाया था. So we do have a framework जिसके ऊपर ये सारे curriculums base हुए हैं. Yes.
तो मेजर कैसे करते हैं आप क्लास में कि ये लाइफ स्किल्स बच्चे में इनकलकेट हुई है या नहीं?
जैसे रेवना कह रहे थे, जैसे लाइफ स्किल्स असेसमेंट स्केल है जो अगेन वर्षा ने लिंक में भेजा हुआ है, जिसमें हम 5 ऑब्जर्वेबल बिहेवियर्स को ट्रेस करते हैं, बिकॉज सेल्फ अवेयरनेस जैसी चीजें बहुत इनटेंजिबल हो जाती हैं, हमें ऑब्जर्वेबल बिहेवियर्स को ट्रेस करना पड़ता है. So if, for example, one of them is resolving conflicts is a problem, is a behavior that we can see, जो हम देख सकते हैं. अगर बच्चा वो कर पा रहा है, that means उसके नीचे communication, critical thinking, and identifying a problem, ये सारी भी कर पा रहा है. So we're starting with tracking observable behaviors, जो life skills assessment scale जो वर्षा ने शेयर किया है, उसको लेके आप ट्रैक कर सकते हैं. तो how do you measure द स्टूडेंट्स, वो सारा प्रोसेस जो है अगर आप ये एक्सेस करेंगे तो उसमें दिखेंगे.
मैम दिक्कत क्या है? दिक्कत एक ही है, सॉरी मैं थोड़ा सा क्योंकि सुन रहा था लेकिन मेरी एक बात समझ में नहीं आ रही है. अभी तक कोई ऐसी टेक्निक बनी है जिससे हम ये कह सकते हैं कि इस स्टूडेंट के बिहेवियर में इतना चेंज आया? एनी पैरामीटर, कोई टेक्निक, कोई रूब्रिक्स, कोई भी ऐसी चीज हमारे पास एजुकेशन में है? ये तो ठीक ऐसा ही है कि अर्थक्वेक के लिए हमारे पास मेजरमेंट के लिए कोई रिसर्च स्केल से ज्यादा अच्छा इंस्ट्रूमेंट नहीं है, लेकिन पता चल नहीं पाता.
Right. So actually, Dream a Dream is also working with a group of other life skills organization, जिसको एक life skills collaborative कहते हैं. As part of that collaboration, we are actually developing a tool called well-being tool, जो हर एक बच्चा लेता है क्लास में to understand वो उसके खुद का well-being कहाँ पे है. So that's a more rigorous scale than the life skills assessment, but it's still one under process. वो बहुत research में चल रहा है, but I think soon that will also be published. But yeah, that is more well-being के overall full-fledged development of the child. उसका well-being कैसा है, every child वो track करने में definitely मदद करेगा. But yes, that is something that we have been working on. You can check out this website called Life Skills Collaborative.
Thank you. I will check it.
So I have a question here. This is Sunanda.
I'm so sorry to cut you off, ma'am. Just please hold on. We will take questions in a bit. We will let our presenters finish their presentation and then we will take questions. Go ahead, Vinita.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, please go, Vinita.
So what we'll do is, I know we have a lot more questions. What can be helpful is, let's actually do an experience, right? So I'll take you through a small experience and we'll see कि कैसा लगता है जब हम ऐसी कोई activity अगर हम करते हैं, right? So for that, I will stop sharing one. And I will request all of you to take maybe a paper and a pen, some crayons if you can find. And sit with maybe just take a stretch break. I know हम बहुत सुन रहे हैं कब से. Maybe take a stretch break, and stretch break लेते you can take a paper, a pen, maybe crayons if you have, and sit with it. And if you're back, then you can give me a thumbs up. Have some water. Take a quick stretch break. Right? And we have a lot of questions. Keep the questions coming. Questions जो है आप chat पे लिखते रहिए, and then we'll come back to these questions. Sketch pens अगर available है, if you, but otherwise a pen and a paper is also good. And if you're all ready with our pen, paper, it can be any paper. Great. So what I'd love for you all to do, or invite all of you to think about, is एक second के लिए, I know अभी बहुत information हमने लिया है, life skills curriculum के बाद बहुत सुना है, बहुत सवाल आ रहे हैं, उनको 1 minute hold करके, let's just close our eyes. Let's just close our eyes. Now we know that each one of you is very beautiful, right? Each one of you has a lot of things inside you and outside. Lot of things हमको बाहरी जो है दिखता है that say हाँ you're beautiful, but I'm sure there's a lot inside you also that makes you beautiful, right? There's a lot of strength that you have that makes you beautiful. So I want you to think of one strength, one quality that you very strongly associate with. आप अपने आप को एक ऐसे क्वालिटी से या एक स्ट्रेंथ से जोड़ते हैं कि yes, this is definitely me. और अगर उस स्ट्रेंथ को हमें एक ऑब्जेक्ट के साथ रिप्रेजेंट करना है, if you have to use our strength and represent it as an object, what would you represent it as? Right? So take a second, take a pause, and in the chat, I'd like you to tell me a strength that you have. Use it in an object. If you had to show that as an object, what would you show it as? For example, if I have my strength is being present, right? And I use maybe the moon to show my presence, whether or not aap ho ya nahi ho, I'm always there, kahin na kahin, present for my relationships, right? That's my strength. So I use moon as a reference. So just anything, a strength that you have, और एक object में बताइए उसे. Okay, so dependable rock, resilient rock, good listener, mountain, kind, glow lamp, a tiger, nice, empathy like a tree. It is my heart that is important, approachable, open, compassionate, lovely. Tortoise like a shell, okay, open-minded, sunlight, birds, okay, patience, hammer, you're always trying, so you're very resilient. Mountains, spreading happiness like a flower. Sky, self-dependent. I love it. Keep them coming, right? One object जिसके साथ आप अपने strength को जोड़ते हैं, something that you show your strength as. And these are beautiful, right? So there's so much beauty in all of us, right? All of us have so many things that make us beautiful. So I now invite you on this sheet of paper, as you're sharing your answers, please continue to share your answers. But on the white sheet of paper that you have, I want you to trace your hand, an outline of your hand. Right? So on a white sheet or whichever sheet of paper, make an outline of your hand. Memories, dreams, vision, acceptance, caring. I love the answer. There's so many qualities. Lovely. Make an outline of your hand. Now again, there's a lot of questions, a lot of anxiety around, okay, what is this curriculum? How is it there? We're going to pause that for a bit. And we're going to spend the next 10-15 minutes just for ourselves, right? Think about ये जो 15 minutes या 10 minutes आप spend कर रहे हैं, वो आप अपने लिए कर रहे हैं, right? And then we'll come back to this again, right? So for that, I'm going to have 10 minutes and you're going to now spend that time and really go into yourself and think about 5 or 6 strengths that you have. A lot more, right? हमने तो एक लिखा है यहाँ पे, but I'm sure there's a lot more. So 5 or 6 strengths or qualities, and we will show it inside these outline. But the trick is we will not write these words. हम लिखेंगे नहीं, right? We're going to use colors or we're going to use art, right, to do it. So if I am thinking of a strength like maybe listening, किसी ने बोला listening, how will I show listening as a picture, as a drawing, right? Or how will I use listening? Maybe if I want to draw listening, मैं शायद एक color लेके वो color कर दूंगा to represent my strength. So let's take the next 10 to 15 minutes, 10 minutes to identify हम मेरे अंदर वो 5 या 6 क्या qualities है या क्या strengths है, और उसे हम लिखेंगे नहीं, draw करके दिखाएंगे या उसे कोई color से represent करेंगे.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम,
Yes.
मैम मेरा कैमरा नहीं चलता है तो मैं इमोजी से शो कर दूंगी.
So we will show the drawing in our outline. Outline के अंदर जो है हम उन्हें draw करेंगे. So if one of my strength is listening, then maybe to represent listening, I will draw a small ear. Right? Again, this is not a drawing competition. It's just to represent and spend time with me and think about myself. मुझे अपने बारे में सोचने का एक मौका है. Right? So whatever my strengths and qualities are, उसे आप एक पिक्चर के रूप में अपने आउटलाइन के अंदर दिखाएंगे. Yes? So if we're all good and we're all clear, can you give me a thumbs up? Great, thank you. Anybody else? Thumbs up? Thank you. I'm going to quickly play some music and let's spend the next 10 minutes to draw हमारे अंदर की strength को. हम उसे draw करके दिखाएंगे.
Ma'am, these strengths could be both your personal as well as professional, right? Could be with, no? Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
They can be any qualities that you use anywhere.
Yeah, we can't hear the music.
Can't hear the music.
केसरिया तेरा.
Can you hear now?
No, Vinita. You need to share sound.
Ma'am, we have to show only one strength.
5 minimum or more than that.
Okay, we need to show 5, right? Okay.
And draw it.
थोड़ा वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज करना पड़ेगा.
Ma'am, how to show you? Sorry?
Share कैसे करना है मैं बताती हूँ.
Okay.
Now let's just keep it to ourselves.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम. मैम मेरे कैमरा में थोड़ा दिक्कत है लैपटॉप के में, सो मैं इमोजीज के थ्रू शो कर रही हूँ.
Vinita, we can't hear you.
Yeah, no problem. I said, let's take one more last minute and we will close this. So if somebody is drawing right now, just want to close it. Last 1 minute.
Those who have done, so see, you can look into any more
मैम
strength.
मैंने इमोजीज के द्वारा शो किया है, वो शेयर कर दिया है मैंने.
Ma'am, this is mine.
Okay, thank you so much. I think a lot of us are done. So what we'll do is I will request the team to then put us in baby breakout rooms. And what we'll do ab ye breakout rooms mein is now you can actually share, right? I see a lot of you want to share. हम दो तरह की चीजें शेयर कर सकते हैं. Either अब सिर्फ आपको अपनी ड्राइंग दिखानी है तो सिर्फ आप ड्राइंग दिखा सकते हैं. You can share only your drawing if you want. Or if you want to share what strengths you drew, you can quickly also share that, right? So every person maybe 30 seconds and we will go into the breakout rooms. If you're not able to share, I understand if you don't have a camera. If you just want to tell, unmute करके बताना चाहते हैं कि ये मेरे 5 strengths है, these are my 5 strengths, that's also okay. So whatever is convenient. You can share by showing, you can share by speaking, right? So in your breakout rooms, आप अपने group के साथ you can share, right? So maybe we can make groups of 8. Yeah. So we'll go into a group out and we'll quickly come back. बस दिखाएंगे और वापस आ जाएंगे. So let's open breakout rooms. Thank you so much. And we'll quickly come back.
We'll give them 5 minutes, Vinita.
Yeah. Okay. So that everybody, they all seem very excited to share. So I don't want to stop the sharing. There are a few here also in the larger group.
अरे रुक जाओ, अभी मुझे नहीं ध्यान आ रहा.
Hi, Vinita.
Hi.
I need a little help. Can you tell me what we are supposed to do in the breakout room? Actually, I was in the washroom for 2 minutes. When I came back, I saw I'm in a like breakout room.
That's okay. That's okay. So if you have had a chance to draw your hand and put your strengths inside it.
Yeah.
So then in your breakout room, you can choose to share जो picture आपने draw किया है,
All
you can
right.
share it. Or if you want to speak and share, you can share that as well.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can you put me in the room or maybe I can also join?
You can join. Everyone
Alright.
here has access to the rooms. On the right-hand side of your screen, you will see the option to join your breakout group. Please go ahead and join. If you're struggling with joining, please let me know.
I'm going to just take a quick peek and come.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, tell me, please.
Ma'am, actually, in my group, nobody was speaking anything. So I tried interacting. So I left that room, breakout room.
No worries. Maybe everyone who's over here can also share. So we have Nalini, Madhavi, Nupur, Sarita. You can all share with each other here itself. Please go ahead and share.
Ma'am, we have to just discuss this, no? What we associate ourselves with which quality, right? So for myself, I can say, my name is Sarita. So I associate myself more of with the river, keep flowing and moving in life. So yeah, it is a metaphor for me in a way for my life.
We still have 2 minutes, 3 minutes to share. If anybody wants to share, please share here or in your breakout groups.
Revna, may I request you to just share the NEP, the first 2 slides, because I somehow missed that. I had some network issues.
We'll share it towards the end if it's okay.
Sure, Anu, thank you. Thank you.
We're all still coming back. Thank you. I hope all of you had a chance to share or show your drawing. I saw some very, very interesting drawing in some groups. And I think we're all coming back.
Lying so long. I don't think you know how to talk.
Nice. We're all back? We're still coming back. Okay, nice. Like we're all back. Thank you so much again. If you had a chance to share, I know already chat pe bahut sare aa rahe hain, lot of photographs. So if somebody wants to quickly share, or you can tell us. So before we share, if you had fun doing this activity, you can give a heart emoji. And if you found it challenging, then you can give a smile emoji. If you had fun, आपको पसंद आया, तो give a heart emoji. अगर आपको challenging लगा थोड़ा सा, एक smile emoji. Nice, lot of hearts. I love it. Okay, a few of us found it challenging. My inner child came out. Nice. I'm so glad, Abhilasha. Nice. Thank you. Nice. Yes, ma'am. Would you like to share? Gurpreet. Is it Gurpreet? Preet, who's sharing? Anybody who would like to share? I see Vrinda. I see Vrinda's. She's trying to share. Nice. Very nice. Thank you so much. I hope you can all see. Aishwarya, yes. Please go ahead. Please share.
Yeah. I'm just trying to unmute the video. Yeah.
Spotlight you.
I think this.
I think you're on blur the background, so I think it's blurring your.
You'll have to unblur it.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is mine. I've just written the words also: learning, compassion, systemic thinking, and giving and listening. I've written the words just so I remember what it is that I've drawn. Yeah, but that's mine. Thank you.
Thank you so much for drawing. That is so beautiful. Thank you. Anybody else who would like to share? All show our drawings at once. हम सब अपना drawing एक साथ दिखा सकते हैं. Let's take a small photograph. Let's all show our hand. I love it. Let's take a small snap. If the team can help me take a small snap. जो भी करना चाहता है, you can switch on and you can show us your beautiful, colorful you. This is the beautiful you. Thank you. Great. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. We were able to. Great. So then I would love to hear some experiences also. If you got a chance to share or anything new, something that you tried new today through this. I know you all said बहुत अच्छा है, activity अच्छा है. क्या अच्छा लगा? या फिर क्या? What made you give that heart?
Ma'am, can I say? Ma'am, it was a reflection. Actually, we don't tend to do such things. I mean, though we all know, but it was a reflection going back and really reflecting on that. Yes.
Yes. Sorry, Neetika ma'am, you're on mute. Yeah.
Am I audible now, ma'am? So it was like a reflection. And while doing this, one also realized that there are so many other things. Like now, after looking at some of the pictures and all, I realized, oh, I did not write this. Even I have this thing, you know. So I think one should reflect on one's both positive as well as the lags, so that, you know, it helps you grow. It helps you kind of learn better and evolve you as a person, personally, professionally, in all sense, you know. So these kind of reflections are definitely needed. And it kinds of give you that happiness that, oh wow, you know, that these are my achievements. So I felt very nice that, okay, though my drawing was really pathetic, but just to that, okay, in case if I have to show or if I don't, because my drawings was like, okay, what is it making sense? I better write down the word that through this drawing, I mean this particular, you know, quality. So I have written down the words also, but yes, ma'am. So it's a good exercise. And I think somewhere we should do, though we do, but yes, on a regular basis, we should do with children also, because to empower them, to feel them good about themselves, you know, that yes, see. And I think like I'm a nursery teacher. So what we do is at the start of the year, we have a height and yeah, the height and one more thing, we measure that of the child as an activity. So this was my hand size and this was my height size. So through a thread, and then once the session is getting over, again we measure them, and then in an art form we depict that, see, from here to here you have grown, And like this was your drawing when you joined in March, and look at your drawing now at the end of the March session. See from where to where you have transformed. So this gives you that sense of the achievement, that wow, even I have kind of in this entire journey from A to Z, or maybe wherever it could be, I have reached that point and nothing is impossible. I can better myself, that ways. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm so glad that you shared this. Thank you so much for sharing. Abhilasha, yes.
I don't consider myself as an artist, but I feel like just tapping into this brought me so much joy as an educator. And that's why I said inner child. And if this is what it can do to us teachers, who are engaged in so many day-to-day activities and administrative activities, I'm just imagining how engaging it will be for those kids, especially those we think are distracted and disengaged. So, it's going to have such an impact on them if this is the impact it's having on us teachers. So I think what should be next on Dreamer Dreams agenda should be life skills curriculum for like teachers as well, because this really helped us feel very joyful and connected in this webinar. It felt more like a classroom than a webinar. So thank you.
So glad, right? And I think that's the power of art. When you do art, it just brings out joy, right? So that's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Sananda ma'am, yes.
Yeah, so for me, it was very joyful. I think it was more about appreciating myself, which I tend to forget to do very often. Also, previously mentioned, the ability to actually go back deep within yourself and look at those strengths which you forget, so often. There are areas also of weaknesses we focus on, at least I focus on more. Let me talk about myself, where I'm always, self-improving and learning. That journey is also exciting, but I tend to not pat my back very often on all the good things which I've grown to be in as an educator and as a human being. Yeah. So thank you for that. I really enjoyed that activity. And the art part of it was very close to my heart.
I'm so glad.
Ma'am, sorry, I'm unable to unmute myself. So I would like to take this opportunity because I'm not able to mute myself. Want to add two things with your due permission. One was that it was a non-judgmental thing. Though we have a crowd here of say more than 100 people also, but I did not feel intimidated that someone is going to judge me or something. So that was one aspect. And definitely art is therapeutic. So art in any form that you do is really, really therapeutic. Even if you just draw one single line or a dot, it helps you heal also. Now, how do I mute myself, ma'am?
I will help you do that. But thank you so much, Nitika ma'am. I think that was so beautiful from what I'm hearing also. And I think that is also the intention, right? That we appreciate ourselves, that we go back into reflection, that we really sit with ourselves and feel the joy that we've been missing out. Or we're so used to focusing on our ki mujh mein kya nahi hai, that sometimes we forget to see what I do have, right? That makes me beautiful. And for that, I think I want everyone to take your right hand. Take your right hand up. Take your right hand up. And like pat yourself. Pat yourself. Good job. Right? Really, really good job on that, right? For actually putting yourself out there, and like Nitika ma'am said, it creates a very non-judgmental space for the child. I'm also seeing in the chat that it's an intimate relationship that you're doing also with another person by sharing your strength, right? So you're building empathy, you're building connections while people are sharing. Drawing it rather than writing made it a huge difference. Just writing them would have engaged me as much, but drawing really made me reflect and articulate. And that's the beauty of right? So thank you so much for really, really sharing these reflections. They're very close to my heart. This is one of my favorite activities to do. And thank you so much for these reflections, right? And just to close this space, or before I go back to closing this space, or rather, let me close it, then we'll come back to that, the technical aspect of it. I want to know, what is it that one thing you do to take care of yourself, right? I know there's so much beauty inside all of you. You're doing so much for yourself. One thing you do to take care of yourself, of your own well-being. आप अपने लिए, अपने आप का ख्याल रखने के लिए आप क्या करते हैं? Writing a journal, dance, yoga, music, meditate, play sports, listen to wonderful music, connect with nature, gym, exercise, prayers, yoga, nice, dance, puja. Yes. I'm so glad that each of you spends that time to take care of yourself. So important to take care of yourself, right? And appreciate yourself. So thank you so much for sharing, listening to music, dancing. So with that, I'm going to quickly share the next couple of things with each of you. So like you saw, this is actually one of the things that we also do in the middle school curriculum specifically. This was an activity that we have done, which is called Beautiful You, right? So this is a part of the activity. If you see, it's actually applicable for adults. Yeah, adults ke saath bhi kar sakte hain, but it's also very powerful when you do it with young children, right? So jo reflection ki baatein hum kar rahe hain, we're trying to build those reflections, that communication, that empathy, that appreciation for self through these activities, really. And it's not about building one skill, right? It's not ki if maine aaj self-awareness build kar liya hai. It's a combination of things that we're trying to build with them through an experience, not by telling them ki aaj tumhare mein ye strength hai or this is what you have, but by really creating that joy for yourself, right? And saying, wow, I really have this. Right? So it's a feeling mixed with the experience that we're trying to create through these activities. So I'd really urge कि आप जब ये देखें, you actually go through these activities, find out what the essence is, see, try a few in your classrooms, see how your students are responding to it. So yeah. So this is actually one from the curriculum itself. So with that, now we can actually proceed into a few more quick questions then, if we have. Something that I might have missed last time. But that's what we're trying to create, right? That we are not doing, हमने एक life skills per classroom किया है, जहाँ वो पढ़ रहे हैं life skills के बारे में, but we're really experiencing that life skills and developing it. So any more questions? Something that I can help with?
Yeah, Vinita. So there were some questions popping up in the chat box. One of it is, what is ARC? You mentioned arc of transformation. So what is ARC? And yeah, the second question is that how open are schools to these sessions, given these are not academically aligned?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Revu, you want to take one? I'll take one.
Yeah, sure.
Go.
You can go with the arc. I'll go with the classroom.
So the arc of transformation is something that it's called AOT, or arc of transformation, that we use in Dream a Dream for everything we do. It has 4 elements. One is a powerful beginning. Then there's the experience itself. Then there's a making meaning. And then there's a celebration. So हम जो ये 4 चीजें करते हैं, the whole every set of curriculum also is designed using these. So in the beginning, we are trying to create a powerful beginning for the students where they form connections, that they form a safe space that we're creating for them, जहां वो अपने आप को explore करना शुरू करेंगे. So the powerful beginning is more around making connections and building that safety for them. Then we have the experience, like how we did an activity called Beautiful You. We take them through their experience to either reflect on themselves or reflect on their relationships or reflect on maybe their own decisions that they're making in life. So experience karate, either through art, either through theater, right? Or through storytelling. We take them through that experience actually where unko kuch hota hai, where they do something. And then the third portion is making meaning. So अब ये जो मैंने किया है, ओ मेरे साथ ये क्या हुआ है, right? You did the activity of drawing your hand and drawing your strengths. That was the activity, your experience. You started making meaning. Hey, I found empathy with myself. I found compassion. I found that I'm reflecting. So you're making meaning of this experience that you had, right? And towards the end is a celebration, is where we are celebrating ये जो newfound appreciation जो आप अपने लिए लेके आए हैं. Oh yeah, I need to celebrate, or I need to reflect on myself more. ये जो feeling आप आए हैं उसको हम celebrate करते हैं. So the whole arc has 4 pieces to it, and the whole curriculum or anything we design has this arc in it, so that they all go through that experience and finally celebrate, feeling, wow, something new happened to me today. So that's the arc of transformation. Revu, you can go with the schools. I'm glad.
Thank you, Anita, for that. And yeah, of course, there was a lot of resistance. This is not, it is a social emotional is not included in the education system. But now the mindset are changing. It also took 4 to 5 years for us to narrate that thing. So initially we used to call after school life skill program. So then we realized that it should not be after school. It should be within a school. So that's the reason we working with all facilitator, educator, those who work with the people. We have a big idea and big belief that when we empowered with life skills, we can help others to develop life skills. That's one of the big idea. We strongly believe that empowering adult who believe in life skills, who trust that life skills enable young people to make it. And also this is one of my experience when I was facilitating. So whatever the children's like, the student like, how much it difficult, they won't bother. Whatever risk, they are ready to take it. So that's the, even all of us had gone through that. If we love something, if we like something, we will put all effort to gain that one, earn that one. So that's the idea emerged within us. So 2-hour activity contextualizing to 40 minutes inside the classroom. So 40 minutes, it's a feasible, and also it is scalable. So right now we are advocating this in Telangana. The social and emotional well-being is advocating in Delhi government schools, and also it's emerged in Jharkhand schools, government schools, and also other states are reaching out to us to help them contextualize the life skills curriculum. And also NEP has put on light and also reinforcing that the need of importance of life skills. So if you given the power to young people, they definitely going to unlock and emerge to take it literacy and numeracy. It's very easy for them. So the children are so explore, they are very interested in exploring and discovering. So they don't want to sit and listen. They wanted to experience and learn from it. So in that context, so the state government are taking this as a serious and inculcating in their context and curriculum and changing their pedagogies to give more important to life skills things. But they are calling in different words or vocabularies. But the main objective is to help young people to well-being. Their well-being, if taken care, they will be going to learn literacy and numeracy easily. So we need to empower and enable them to get into that. So in that they will be going to pick it up. The mindsets are changing to reimagining the purpose of education. What kind of education we really need to give? Is that enough only giving 6 subjects, or should we help them to learn what they wanted to learn? So that's the mindset we are advocating, and also we are inviting you people to advocate that. So that's how we can able to create equitable or inclusive environment and dignify the each child have a. So we are also strongly believe that each child or each learner are unique. They learn their own way and they have a own purpose. So we need to, as an educator, we need to unlock that to them to be seen and heard. their voices need to be seen, their thoughts needs to be listened. So always we are feeding the information. So we are the children, especially now if we see we are in AI era. So if you put in all the information in AI, all the textbook content, everything, the AI or artificial intelligence will give us. So only things what we are missing is that feeling to that words, the feeling to that touch, the feeling to the environment the young people are coming, and understanding their need, and also same time understanding what kind of power or strength young people or student using in their classroom to tell us you are not listening me. So you might in the beginning we all saw what kind of behavior we see. All the child will be raising their hand because he need your attention. To his strength, he might showing his power. He might be a leader. He might be a confident child. So we are not we are somewhere failing to recognize the strength they have, the need they are reaching out to receive from us, from the adult. So that's how we are looking. We are seeding the seed to empower adult to become a facilitator. So facilitate, it's facilitating the subject, facilitating the activity, facilitating just a conversation where child can talk about his problem, talk about his need, discover his own strength, abilities, skills, values, their core belief, what they strongly believe in themselves.
That was really very inspiring. Thank you. Yeah, we have some more questions, if Vinita and Revana, you can address those as well.
Sure.
I think, how do we connect back if we have?
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So these, I think there's a link, right? info@dream-a-dream. Varsha, Revu, if they have some questions while they're executing the classrooms, they can write to a certain ID, right?
Yeah. So just as an information, this kind of to facilitate this one, so we definitely require a training. So if it is a large kind of state curriculum change, all those the Dream will be able to help and facilitate to contextualize the curriculum in the state board, all other big institutions. Apart from that, there is a tool C. It's a facilitator training things. So in that, so you definitely reach out to Tulsi, and also Firki will be conducting few sessions on how to facilitate or different kind of things. You can also reach out to them. So to facilitate, facilitator handbook will give a broader framework, a broader insight how you can use, you can read and facilitate. For to make it more effective, more powerful, you definitely require a training. So apart from that, if you have any query, definitely you can write to us, info@dreamedream.org. Yeah.
Okay. Life skills is a long process, but what are necessary life skills which we should inculcate at an early age? So I'll try and answer this. Revu, you can add. The life skills that, so one is, yes, life skills of all kinds are important at all ages. Like, I don't know if I can pick and choose कि मुझे ये ज़्यादा important है और ये कम important है. So I believe that all life skills are important at all age. It's just the intensity with which, or the depth with which we need to use them. Maybe at a younger age, if I'm able to identify certain things, that's okay. But at a maybe older age, I need to start analyzing. I need to be more critical about these things, right? So I think just the intensity would probably vary. Having said that, a lot of the work that we do in different states, जैसे रेवू ने कहा था, is also be contextualized, right? This curriculum that we are giving you covers a large range of life skills across, right, for all different age groups. But it's also possible that in a certain region, maybe certain life skills, like maybe in a certain classroom, that I really see that a lot of students face a lot of stage fear, or there's a lot of low confidence. Then the kind of life skills that I want to build is more around confidence, self-worth, self-esteem, right? And if that's the case, then I should also be at a place कि मैं इनको थोड़ा redesign कर पाऊँ to target that. Not that मैं बाकी के life skills नहीं करूँगा, but we can redesign to focus on certain things. So it's important that we contextualize it for our classroom, for our students, and for their needs. But we cannot say कि कुछ ही important है, कुछ नहीं important. It's just the need of the hour. So I think the facilitator handbook also helps us understand इसलिए the design element and the arc has been explained so that we as facilitators can then cater to the needs of our students. Right? So I think it's just contextualizing really. What is the difference between life skills curriculum and happiness curriculum? Do you want to go? Or should I?
Yeah, anything is fine.
Go.
So that's how what I said. So in different places, it use a different one. So and also bigger changes what we are seeing in the happiness curriculum is that so there is a merge between values, skills, and also knowledge. Three aspects are there. The values are of course it is interconnected. Life skills, social emotional skills, 21st century skills, soft skills, future ready skills, job ready skills, mindset ready skills. So there is a little bit gray line between that. So but overall it's for each region is calling different. In Karnataka we call value based curriculum. So technically it's helping children to think creatively, make decisions, to resilience from what they are seeing. And also in Telangana, we call Chelimi. It's a caring and compassionate adult in their native language. So they're also focusing on life skills. So some extra Western words from Indian words, when we contextualize to that, the ultimate, the goal was the child to be come into the classroom happily. That's the core intention. If they are happy, so they will make a magics in the classroom, in their learning, in their life. So that's how there is a gray in the word or vocabulary which we use. Yeah, please add on that.
No, I think just that, right? That it's just different for different context. How people have contextualized it to their need are calling it different to a life skills, to happiness. Maybe the pedagogies could be a little different here in happiness. Maybe you use storytelling a little bit more. Maybe in a Telangana where Chelimi life skills is going on, we use experience a little bit more. The outcome is the same, but the directions in which we do it is depending on the need of the state and the context. What are the unstructured parts of the curriculum? I think it is really just that, right? We've left a good amount of space for the facilitator to contextualize. That is the unstructured part. We are giving you structure to say ki these are activities that can build 1, 2, 3, 4 life skills. But if you need to change them, if you need to contextualize them, that I want to build other kind of skills, we are giving you a framework to say this is a check-in, this is a check-out, this is a main activity. On those lines, आप एक नया activity design कर सकते हैं या इसी activity को change कर सकते हैं. That makes it unstructured, right? For the facilitator to be able to contextualize it for the need becomes really an unstructured session, right? And where you also engage with your participants, with your students in a more non-formal setting. This is a formal setting jahan I'm coming, I'm doing an activity, I'm going back, but also taking time out before and after or during your other hours to interact with these students is also part of the unstructured. So to play around with the design, to then find informal spaces, all of that is nothing but your unstructured design. Rebu, you want to add something?
No, good.
Yeah. Am I missing something? Any other question?
Yeah, there is another question. Is there any plan to correlate state of mind like anxiety and calmness with measure of heart rate, etc., in both children and teachers?
Is there any plan to correlate state of mind like anxiety and calmness with the measure of heart rate? I am not sure if I have the answer. Do you have the answer for this, Rebu? I don't know if our research team is working on something on these lines. But
Mindfulness activities.
Yeah, so I think we also, as part of the life skills curriculum, we do advocate a lot for mindfulness, right? Mindfulness can be mindfulness breathing, mindfulness listening, mindfulness seeing, right? These are different ways. It's a practice to help you bring you back to the present, make you more calmer. It really, there's a lot of research that tells you that it makes you stress free. It helps you become more compassionate to yourself, all of those aspects. So we advocate for mindfulness as part of the life skills sessions. But I'm not sure if there is something that we directly do to correlate the two. We try and also practice certain things to help for it. Yeah.
Yeah, so just add on to what Vinita is saying, that's the reason we introduce process-based activities. So process-based activity will calm down to the children's anxiety as well as teachers' anxiety. So while you doing a check-in, we will be going to assess the children. So whether they excited, how was their anxiety level? Are they anger? Are they sad? Are they frustrated? So each feelings will kind of lead to a bigger level uh, feelings. So in that case, to calm down their energy, you can use mindfulness activity to measure whether the childs are ready or not ready. So you can use check-in and check-outs. So based on that, you can utilize your unstructured session to do the main life skill activity. If you see more children are anxiety, more children are scared, or more children are fear to stand in front of. So there is that's how a creative risk taking. So first help them to kind of understand where they are. So kind of just even today's activity, Vinita asked us to close down our eyes and calm down ourselves. So we also had some kind of anxiety to I want to ask this question, that question. So very simple tip is just ask her, calm down, relax. We understand there are more questions are coming. That's experience. That's how just take a pause before you answering or before you get into the conclusion or making any judgment or taking any decisions. Pause, understand where it is coming from. Is there really anxiety, or behind that there is a frustration, or there is a anger? So, or why that that things are coming? So just pause and reflect, take a breath, and come.
So, Vinita, just for my better understanding, so I know there are a lot of questions about why haven't you included this life skill? Life skill is a whole Pandora box of so many emotions and skill development in human beings. But is this more aligned to the the national education curriculum, the policy reform which has come out by the government, and you have aligned the Dream a Dream life skill program more or less focusing on those like the 4 C's, is it that, or I mean nothing happens in isolation, I know that, and although you're focusing on maybe communication, but there'll be so many other life skills which develop in through that activity. So a little bit on that would help me to understand how you've developed the curriculum with the learning outcomes.
Devu, do you want to?
Yeah. So sure. So when the national education policy was drafting, they reached out to many NGOs. We are also contributed, especially the adversity piece. So we invested more than 20 years to understand what is adversity. How can we help children to grow or overcome the adversity? So we understood that why the adversity occurs or emerge is because of the failure to thrive. So while the child is not receive what they required in the, especially from 0 to 8-year-old, so that this age will be precious age, the sensitive period. The child, along with nutrition, they also need a good enough love and care, a good touch, good hug. So if they miss along with nutrition and love and care, they are not able to perform what they're supposed to perform in the thing. So because of they are not receiving what they required in that sensitive period, there is a gap. So whatever they need to learn in the month of first month, they will be learning in second month. So whatever they want to, we as an adult expected to learn in the first grade, they will be catching up in the second grade. So because of the adversity, they are not able to show what they supposed to show. But in the framework, in the policy, we expected in the age, so many skills required, so many values required, so many qualities required, so many writing skill, reading skills supposed to be included. But the children who are coming vulnerable background and also other background, so they are in the adversity. Because of adversity, they might be showing inappropriate or appropriate behavior or appropriate feelings, emotions where they're supposed to show on. So in that case, we invested a lot of effort, time, research, and spoke to the policy writers. In that, in NEP also there is a piece in adversity that where we also try to add our values to bring that holistical development child framework. So we took it that, and past 20 years, even WHO defining uh, uh, the definition. So the Dream was investing on that, especially. We are also chosen five behavior because everything needs to be measured. Then only data to make or write any policies. Data is the major thing. So in that we spent a lot of time understanding. So there was more than 30 to 40 checklists per there. So making all 140 children in across India, it's not possible. So we merged into 5 behavioral. So taken that 5 behavioral and underlinked in those things, what are the more life skills are inculcated. Even if you go and see life skill collaboration thing, so there are 52 life skills we mapped. Under that there are many other life skills. So in that, so we bucket into what is the foundational skills they required, what is their creative risk taking abilities. Based on that, we contextualize the activity, and also seeing what is feasible in school setting, especially the government schools. So if you go to remoted area or the least school in the government, so they don't have many materials to develop. For those children also considering, and also how can we include all, since we are talking inclusive, equity, all those elements, how can we kind of overall 365-degree thinking and choosing those activity and placing to cover a larger picture of life skills which we more required.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Revna and Vinita, for being such, and our audience for being so much engaged and responsive. We would also like to thank our facilitators for being generous with their time and expertise.